Now we're recording. Anyway, the couple of things that I wanted to show you on Canvas that are new as after what day was it? Wednesday. After Wednesday, and I don't even know how many of you are aware that we had our open house on Wednesday. Anybody know that? Yeah. Okay. So I posted a video and kind of walked through some important features, shared with your folks, some important upcoming dates, and some other sorts of things that are related to kind of where you are right now in your life, and just reminding them and you that I'm going to encourage you as much as possible to stay on top of not just your schoolwork, but also your applications, and your scholarship applications, and um, in some cases you may need to submit portfolios if you're looking to do some sort of more insular kind of program within the school. Something else to keep in mind: you should be in the FAFSA, the financial aid, federal student something, or the federal aid financial something, whatever FAFSA stands for. FAFSA, that opens October 1st. And you want to be in that system because that system shares your information with the schools that you're applying to. And that can determine how much a school is going to give you, whether you have need or not. So if you've got some academic successes and they see that hey, they can give you some money, they're going to give you some money. The way the post-secondary colleges, private schools, so on and so forth, the way their finances work is, I don't know. It's so frustrating. If you've got an older sibling, you probably already know that it's incredibly frustrating. But when a school can give you half the tuition because of your grades and whatnot, why can't they make that tuition the tuition all the time? Because they tend to give that half tuition to just about anybody. So make sure that you fill out that FAFSA form. Another reason why is that you do not want to find yourself in a position where circumstances have changed for your family. And given our world right now, I recognize that for many of you, your circumstances may have changed abruptly as far back as March. Unfortunately, the FAFSA form is based on the taxes for last year. However, within the FAFSA form, you can explain extenuating circumstances. So one of the things that I had to do, and I had not done any FAFSA stuff, but when I was moving into my junior year, my plan for my freshman and sophomore year had been to live at, well, from all 4 of my years, was to live at home and save money that way. So I wasn't paying for room and board in any way. And then during my sophomore year, my parents announced that my dad's company was moving to Mishawaka. And so suddenly I was going to have to pay for room and board. And the money that they had saved for me was the only money that I had available to me. So I had to get a job, and I was on my own. And even then, I did not qualify for really much of anything for my junior and senior year, which stunk a lot. But so make sure you're in the system. So that's just one example. Also, I shared with them, and many of you may already be on top of this, but the Lilly application is already available for St. Joe County. And so the Community Foundation of St. Joseph County, cfsjc.org, has and I'm not showing you. You got to tell me when I'm not showing you stuff. Somebody tell me when I'm not showing you stuff. Looking at things, and there we go. Okay, so now you see it, hopefully. Well, no, probably not. It hasn't told me yet that it's sharing the screen.
Mr. Coffee,
Yeah.
Katie wants you to know, Katie Byers wants you to know that she's trying to get in, but the link won't let her, like, get on the meeting.
Huh. All right. Well, let me see what I can do about that. Thanks. What can I do? Can I do anything about that? Oh, she had frozen, and so I had to remove her, and that means that she can't get back in. Um, man, oh man, oh man. Let me see if I can figure out a way. The fact that we have to deal with the technology then as a problem. I'm going to try something else. Tell her I'm sending her an email, if you would. Mm. As always, what a way to start the day. Come on. Not slow. This is ridiculous. Oh, now I'm recording, of course, all my email. Oh, let me not do it over there. Try it over here instead. Did you guys know we had two screens now? Thank you for your patience. So the other thing I want to show you here is in the calendar. Come on, I cannot even load this. This is ridiculous. And of course, Wi-Fi was down. I think was it yesterday? Yeah, you wouldn't know. You wouldn't know. Okay. So looking at this calendar here, over on the right-hand side, you want to make sure that the calendar is synced up. In other words, the box next to our class is clicked, and then I think you're able to see the coffee break times. Oh, come on! There we go. All right, we'll see that if that works. And go ahead and tell her that I sent that link, and hopefully it'll get there soon, sooner rather than later. Anyway, so if you click on one of these appointment times, and you've got to give me advance notice. Don't sign up like at 7:59 because I want to have enough time to be able to send you the link, the separate Google breakout room, because I'll have open office hours open, but with like the mic muted. And if somebody comes into that and I need to just kind of briefly chat with them, I'll unmute that. But if we're doing a Google Meet about more private sorts of things, talking about your college application essays, then I want to make sure that we're able to meet one on one. There's a lot of privacy that's kind of revealed over the course of the college application essay. and I want to afford you that privacy that exists. And so, thinking about college application essays, and so now I want to go back, thinking about college application essays, and looking at, you had any luck with Katie rejoining? No. So I may end up like having you all sign out again shortly. Um, but I want to show you this Common App essay prompt real quick. Boy, this is painfully slow. I would encourage you to avoid number 7. Share an essay on any topic of your choice. It can be one you've already written, one that responds to a different prompt, or one of your own design. Avoid that one. Focus on numbers 1 through 6. They want to see that you're not going to collapse within your first week or within your first semester, or the first time that you face any kind of adversity. They want to see that you can handle challenges. And so, in terms of a number 7, it doesn't really allow you to get at that in the ways that numbers 1 through 6 do. Number 6 is more about your curiosity, and so that is a valuable element as well. But really, I mean, they're trying to see that you're going to be okay on campus, away from home for the first time for many of you. And number 7, far too often a student views that as an opportunity to write about whatever the hell they want. And it is not that opportunity. Consequently, those essays tend to be just all over the place. If you can actually create for yourself a unique prompt, then and focus on that prompt, then that might be something that you could do for number 7, but you want to be cautious about that. So those conference times, and I'm not sharing that screen. So those conference times that are available to you, those are opportunities for you to share an essay that you've written, to share parts of an essay that you've written, to share the parts of an essay that you've written that you don't like, or to brainstorm ideas, to say, okay, I'm thinking about this particular prompt, but I don't know where to begin. And so under those circumstances, we're going to have to talk a little bit about who you are. And I want to explore those sorts of things. So with that said, I want to go back to the agenda. And I want to give you right now, it's 8:46. I'm going to give you till 8:56. Actually, that's maybe a little long. Let's cut it to, we'll do 5 minutes. Actually, split the time. We'll do 7. Let's do 7. And so come back at, I don't know, what is that, 54, 53, 54. And I want you to take a look at the document that I have linked, okay? And once you're looking at that document that I've linked, reopen your shared Google Doc from last class, and I'm going to have everybody sign out of here, so that hopefully we can get Katie back too. And so, once you've signed out, I'll message Katie again and let her know that maybe it'll work now. So take a look at that document, read through the directions here, reopen the shared Google Doc. At the top, put today's date. After you've read through that document, choose one thing to respond to from the document. So there's ideally something that you have to say about what you see on that document. So come back in 7 minutes from right now, okay? So make sure you log out, though.
Mr. Coffey?
Yeah.
I have one quick question. You're talking about the Google Slides, right?
Not yet.
Oh, what document are you talking about from
So
last class?
I'm talking about the document that is in the first paragraph on the Canvas page where it says this document. Do you see that?
Yeah, but the shared one from last class.
Yeah, but it's been updated. It is a
Okay.
shared document from last class. Yes.
Okay. All
Okay.
right. Yeah.
Okay. You guys are going to create a new Google Doc because I forgot that we had like 20 minutes of struggling with sound last time. Now I've got a easier fix for that. So you got to create a new Google Doc for me for your response. So make sure that you tackle that for me. Who's in on their cell right now? I can't tell who that is. Well, I mean, I've got somebody only on their uh, only identified via their telephone number. It's a 574 number, ends in 49.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, who are you?
I'm the phone number Joseph Ratty.
Oh, okay. Thank you,
I'm
Joe.
unable to join the call
Okay.
on my computer.
Okay. Thanks, Mamoon. How many people need more time to respond, to finish reading and respond? Yeah, okay.
Mr. Coffee, she still can't get in.
Yeah, I know. I'm giving her a solution, a different solution. Um, and Does anybody need more time? Feeling all right? Okay. If I could just have one volunteer who'd be willing to share with me something that they wrote in response to that document. What'd you have to say? Go ahead, Riley.
Okay. I just picked one of the quotes, and I respond to the quote, and it says, "As AP literature students, we are called to dig into those deeper layers, even if we struggle understanding the infinite right answers." Um, and it says, "I like this because there will always be different approaches into the text, different takeaways from the text, and so that's in the third page of the essay thing, and." I said that anyone can dig those layers for you, or you could just search a summary of the story up on the internet, but doing that won't help you really get smarter or better at reading. The only way to get better at analyzing, really absorbing the meaning of the text is to find out what it means by reading that text over and over until you understand it, even if it's really boring. I did not like reading the loss of the creature very much. That was really complex for me. But so I had to read sentences like 5 times.
Sure.
It was like going back to Romeo and Juliet. But if people don't understand words, they can search them up and annotate them to help them fit like the complex sentences together better. So you
Okay.
have to understand.
All right. So we're going to start working with Walker Percy's The Loss of the Creature. Make sure that you've shared that document with me, or that if you're struggling with having multiple tabs open, as some people will, work on that and make sure that it gets shared with me sometime today. In terms of in terms of what we're going to do with The Loss of the Creature, I've kind of boiled down some important elements. And we'll take a look at. Well, actually, let me open it before I actually share that. So ordinarily, we'd get up and walk around the room and take a look at these and take notes. Instead, I'm asking you about what it is. What do you see and think and wonder about some of these more important elements that come out of Walker Percy's Loss of the Creature? And I want you to be thinking about, and ultimately you can open this up on your own screen if you'd prefer to do it that way, or if working it through it this way works for you, then that's fine as well. But take a look at each of these, and this is going to take us up to the end of the time. And so where it invites you to plug your questions into the chat, I do want you to just focus heavily on what are the questions that you have about what I'm presenting to you from this quote walk, but also what are the questions that you have overall about that essay? What is it that you are seeing and thinking and wondering? What is it that you're struggling with in order to be able to start to tackle the writing assignment that is embedded within our homework for today? And that writing assignment won't be due until like mid-September. So you've got a lot of time, and that might be something that we can sign up, that you can sign up to meet with me about as well. And certainly send me emails. So I'm open to talking with you about your stuff all the time. So our first quote is, "Every explorer names his island Formosa. Beautiful." How might you go about explaining that to somebody? How might you go about explaining that to yourself? What do you see or think or wonder about this quote? And if working on it, in your notebook with pen or pencil, that's fine. If you want to do it in a separate Google Doc notes for Loss of the Creature, that becomes kind of, maybe this will become part of a rough draft for you. So start kind of brainstorming as well. What does this mean for us? I'm going to move to the next. Don't forget, you do have access to these. How might Walker Percy propose we go about being first, even if we are not? Next, thing as it is has been appropriated by the symbolic complex which has already been formed in the mind. How has your reading of literature been impacted by the measuring up of the thing to the criterion of the preform symbolic complex? How might we avoid throwing away our right of seeing and knowing? Something is wrong. He may simply be bored, or he may be conscious of the difficulty that the great thing yawning at his feet somehow eludes him. The harder he looks at it, the less he can see. And sorry to zip through these last few, but I want to make sure that you get to see them all. But again, you have access to this as well. The present experience is always measured by a prototype, the it of their dreams. A degree of sovereignty has been surrendered by the couple. It is the nature of the loss, moreover, that they are not aware of the loss beyond a certain uneasiness. Their basic placement in the world is such that they recognize a priority of title of the expert over his particular department of being. The whole horizon of being is staked out by them, the experts. The highest satisfaction of the sightseer, not merely the tourist, but any layman seer of sights, is that his sight should be certified as genuine. The worst of this impoverishment is that there is no sense of impoverishment. And the very last slide asks you to attempt to explain the title, The Loss of the Creature. So it is 9:25. We are out of time. If you have questions, you can certainly stick around. We've got a few minutes before our next session starts. There will be open office hours. I do have an appointment with a student today. I believe it's at 2:30. So if you've got questions about what it is that you need to do, express those questions. Finish up going through the rest of these slides, take some notes on them, be thinking through them, be asking questions. I want you to bring your questions about the loss of the creature to our next session on, what is that, Tuesday. But also, look at the homework. Do the homework that's listed at the end of our agenda. Okay? Otherwise, we'll see you later. Have a great Friday. Have a great weekend. Tim, thanks for your help with Katie.
You're welcome. Thanks for helping her.